She kept calling me. It was last year during the pandemic and we had completely lost touch. I just had a gut feeling that there was something seriously wrong. I video called her immediately. She looked completely different. No sleep, afraid, lost connections. She said she felt worthless and that she wanted to die.
Because across the world, it's been said, married people are less likely to end their lives by suicide vis-a-vis unmarried people. But in India, we find a paradoxical situation where suicide rates among married women are among the highest in the world. To me, it tells me that marriage is not a protective factor as far as Indian women are concerned.
After about a month, she told me that her husband is into drugs and she can't live with him anymore. She said that her in-laws were very, very controlling. She couldn't do anything, go anywhere without their permission. Her father-in-law is very politically influential and she's afraid they may harm her if she files for a divorce. All her jewelry, her money and documents are with them. Even her kids' bank accounts are linked to her mother-in-law's.
There have been 3-4 times in my life that I felt absolutely hopeless. I felt abandoned. I felt like nobody could understand me. In 2020, my husband was diagnosed with dementia, and I am the only one who can care for him. During the pandemic, our business also suffered, and we went into heavy financial loss. The financial burden and taking care of my husband sometimes feels too much to bear. I feel very tired and alone. No one can help me.
Suicides are higher in the high income states. So like Kerala, for example, Tamil Nadu has much higher suicides. The counterintuitive thing might be that if you're a woman in those states, things like patriarchy and domestic violence actually create even more cognitive dissonance for you. Because, on one hand, you're going out and maybe working, you have some economic freedom because you're earning. But then when you come back home, then you're facing the same kind of issues that women would face in any other part of the country. And that actually creates even more problems.
I was afraid. I called her parents and we convinced her to get help. My friend comes from a very well-educated family, and yet taking medical support for mental illness is a stigma for them. I had to intervene once again.
On the outside, everything can seem fine, but inside, the person is breaking. There is hopelessness, there is misery. At that point of time, the person just needs that little glimmer of hope. Maybe even just a friend with whom you can bear your all.
The reason why people don't talk about is they're afraid because of the stigma, and because they don't talk about it, stigma is being reinforced. This toxic relationship among stigma, secrecy, shame and silence needed to be really addressed head on. And then people impacted by suicide loss, people who have attempted suicide and survived, I think they should also be a very important stakeholder in this whole process. When people with lived experiences stand up and speak for themselves, that's the antidote for stigma.